I'm showing Levi. I don't know what I'm looking at here. I've got Xtreme Jacob Clark out of 2, 3. Little Nutz Andrew Cameron. 4, Little Untidy Levi Whitten. So, I don't know. We'll wait and see as they line up. It looks to me like Levi Whitten's taking pole number 1. Pole 2 is Spitfire, I think, Jack Williamson. Pole 3 is Andy Cameron. Pole 4.
Away we go.
JD Land and Pickles. Flags are down, so let's go racing. The little white machine of Levi Whitten. Nice run. Look at JD Land. Look at this balance on this boat. That's what I was going to talk about. It won't throw its head around. He'll be able to drive through this little wind chop that's out here right now without too many dramas.
Well, you know, he's going to have to stay right out wide there in P5 as they enter into turn number 1. JD Land has to take the long way around, but that's actually can work for you. Let's see how the boat handles out of turn number 1 for the first time. It's very flat in the water, Andrew. He's not being affected by that wind chop at all.
Oh, this is going to play right into his hands. We saw these faster little wing boats in those flat conditions driving away from him. Not so this time round. So a little bit of trim adjustment as well, but the boat's looking nice and balanced all across the field. They'll take a few little bit bumps and lumps and a few little flies and look a bit spectacular, but looking pretty good out there now. There's a little bit of a leap from the man in second, Andrew Cameron. Right now, Little Nutz. Levi Whitten, the white machine. Nice, smooth turns out of these kids, and that's really important. They roll through. JD Land, mate, he's just pumped it. Foot to the boards and just wind that green machine around. A very nice corner. Candice Rainbow. These two are our provisional drivers, so she's out a little bit wider. Nice and conservative, but she's going quite quick, so she's got the foot to the board. So
jumps it right out of the water. Twice.
And Jack Williamson in the Spitfire as well, doing a very nice job.
Yeah, Spitfire jumping twice out of the water there. And our leader has a good lead now as he goes down into turn number 1.
So Levi Whitten, one of the youngest competitors out there in the white machine, goes around behind him. Here's Andrew Cameron, the blue and yellow machine, a Little Nutz. JD Land now up into 3rd spot in Perseverance.
Wonder if he can close the distance on Cameron in Little Nutz there in 2nd place. Of course, we're talking about JD Land in the green boat in 3rd position at the moment.
Remember, he came from out of pole 6, had to go the long way around, so there's really not a lot of pace difference as these conditions have changed considerably from when they were out there early this morning. And he's doing well. So is Candice Rainbow. Got the head forward, so leaning forward a little bit to keep the nose of the boat down. So that's some really good racecraft from her, and the hands working the wheel to keep the boat balanced. So
I think Candice has been improving all weekend.
Yes, she has. She's a great kid, 12 years of age from Bacchus Marsh College. Is a beautiful Candice. Plays a bit of footy. Likes to run around in full forward, in fact. So if you're an AFL player, she wants to be a goal kicker. Yellow flag shown this time round. Levi Whitten. Great young kid. Big smile, lead. Great manners.
Waiting to
Certainly doesn't get them from his uncle Paul. No, just kidding.
Paul Whitten.
The Whitten clan, they're a great bunch of people and brought a lot to our club, members of our club, the Victorian Outball Club, and great people to be around and have around. And this young fellow's got a big future in this sport, I can guarantee. He just loves it. Nicely done, Andrew Cameron.
I tell you what, JD Land must be the only junior in Australia or probably around the world that has his own semi-trailer to transport around a J3.
Yeah, how good is it? JD Land Transport. He's got his own hats. He's got all the merch. He's got it all happening, and that's what you want. That's what it's about. So that's Jack Williamson in Spitfire, picking up another lap on the yellow. So he'll get checkered flag next time through.
I actually think Candice is more confident in these rougher conditions than what we saw yesterday. She's going extremely well. There's our leader now coming out onto the main straight to greet the checkered flag. It's been a great drive.
It certainly has. As said, conditions, we see that out there. You know, these little bounce back waves, this wind chop. It's beam on, so it's not as bad as it would be if it was head into it. And put your hands together, mate, because that is a very nice drive. A checkered flag finish for the young gun on board, a Little Untidy, Levi Whitten. 2nd man home is Andy Cameron, a Little Nutz. Well driven. And 3rd spot, a spot on the podium for the green machine of Perseverance, JD Land at the wheel.
Great effort by our juniors in challenging conditions, you would have to say, with a bit of wind chop now And of course, the wake that these boats also create after 1 or 2 laps, they start to feel the effect of that as well. And it's all about moving their body weight around to trim the boat, as you're not allowed to trim the boat once you're out there.
Yeah, certainly. Candice Rainbow gets across the line in the Pickles. This boat looks $1 million. Actually, the first boat that my son ever raced. It's an APBA Victoria-owned boat. And across the line with a nice job too, Jack Williamson. So his handicap time will be bang on. Done it beautifully in the Spitfire.
I believe these guys will have a reverse order race coming up very, very shortly.
You know, I'm not sure whether they're going to pull up. No, it looks as though they're going to come back to pit lane. So we might be doing Group 1, Group 2, and then sending them back out. But the black flag will be flying high now. That's the signal to return to pit lane. Levi Whitten will bring them back in.